Hey everybody, this is Grace. In this video, I'm going to talk about one particular woman, and I don't even remember at this point. It's been like, say, around 10 years. It was a YouTuber. I don't remember the woman, and I don't remember what was her situation, but she was one of these I've seen so many of, E-Beggars. And I've seen a lot of them over the years, and I've had my first computer in 1982. So now the videos didn't, video things were much later. But anyway, let me get to this. Like I said, I don't remember what was her situation. Don't remember her. But she did make videos. I do remember this. She was making videos about, being in some kind of emergency. Now, there are people who legitimately have situations. YouTubers, they could be YouTubers for years, and they have a legitimate situation come up. And they their audience, their subscribers, and just their audience, that they don't have to be their subscribers, help them out. Some people give $5, $2, $2.99, whatever it is that they can afford. Sometimes they can't really afford it. I've seen people talk in the chats, like on live streams, and they say, some of these people that are giving, they really can afford it themselves. Which would be true. It could be true. But anyway, there are people who legitimately have a situation come up, arise, and they get help out from their audience, and then the situation is over, and then, they're very thankful to people, and they move on with their lives. They do not make it a lifestyle to depend on their audience. Okay, they do not make it a lifestyle. Now, the ones that I've seen over these years, these are my personal experiences. They might not be anything near what you find. Okay, but my own personal experience is, that the other ones, they may have a legitimate situation, but they see how it works, and, that this could be the situation. They see how it works, that the audience will pay for them, audience will give them money, and they make it a lifestyle of e-begging, electronic begging. And they just always have some situation come up. Not always, but, quite often, this is going on. Like I say, it could start off with a legitimate situation, too. But when they make it a lifestyle, or they might even do things like quit their job, and, I could do better if I, just do this or just do that, just make videos, entertain all of you. Or they have something that they make and they sell online, and but they charge a high price for it because people are wanting to donate. They find reasons and ways. Okay, now where was I? Some of these, they, like I said, they make a lifestyle out of it, and they, I've been doing videos about this over these. I've been online making videos on YouTube. My original channel started back like August was 10 years. August of 2024. It's March of 2025 now. Was 10 years. And I've seen a lot of these since then. Like I said, I don't even remember what some of them look like because I've seen so many. And it's not just one social media platform, of course. So anyway, and I see the same kind of pattern happen with them. Like, like one of them might be legitimate. Like I said, then they start to make it a lifestyle. But some of the things they do is they make fun of people. They love making fun of people. Even, like if somebody says something to them, leaves a comment, and you're never going to see those comments quite often. But they say somebody left them a comment, and they make fun of that person that left them a comment. And the comment was basically, cluing them in that they can see that person is a con artist. That the YouTuber that's making the video is a con artist. Is, an e-beggar. Is lying, or this or that, whatever it is. So they make fun of that person. and then the audience starts making fun of that person. You get the gist, you know. And they're often going to make fun of somebody, and it could be in whatever their business is, whatever they, you know, like if they have a side hustle or something, like we call them side hustle. Hustle, just the word hustle from my generation would be a red flag. You know, using the word hustle. Yeah. But anyway, but that's not how they say it these days. But did then in my, you know, it's still my day, but you know, when I was younger. Anyway, but the ones that are these e-beggars, I call them e-beggars. A lot of people call them grifters, you know, these days. But they do the same pattern, like I'm saying, and do this with making fun. But at the end of it, whenever people really start to see it, they'll do things like they will change genres. They may even take a year or two off from making videos. And then when they come back, or just a short time too, they come back there in a different genre, or just different, the genre that they were in, they do something different this time. And you know, in all of their older videos, the ones that, you know, when people started seeing that they're con artists, that they're scammers, e-beggars, grifters, when the audience starts seeing that, all those videos are just gone. Yeah, I mean, gone. And they put them on private so they can start anew, and they know how to do it. They've learned how to grift. Okay, and they're hoping, so much hoping. Yeah, I'm hoping I'm in the right lane. Yep, I couldn't see the street sign. Okay. Now, one of the things that happens, and I haven't talked about this one lately. I was saying that you know, my original channel is over 10 years old, and I have been making videos about e-beggars, usually once a year. Seems like it just come up. Maybe it didn't last year. I don't know. But usually, I think once a year, I have go through a spell of making these videos, because usually once a year I see these, at least once a year. You know, somebody new. And another, so let's move past that. Another one is that I have seen over the years is what happens when people start to find out, when people, you know, their audience really starts to get it. The gist of this person is really negative, always complaining, always making fun of somebody. When they really start, like I said, to get this, they see it. Okay, I don't know where I'm going. Okay, I'll turn here. But once they start seeing, you're going along with me for the ride here. Once the audience really starts to see it, people start to complaining. Well, that person, let's say it's female. It's mainly, what I've seen over the years, mainly females, but I mainly watch females. I've seen some men do these things too, but it's mainly females that I see. Like I said, I usually watch females, so, you know. But, you know, around my age or so. But anyway, you know, they have, you know, people who have something similar in common with me, you know, in their life is usually what I watch, but then it turns into this kind of thing. Not always, but the ones that do. Okay, you get the gist of what I'm saying, right? I can turn here. Okie dokie. But anyway, the malls, you know how those go. Some of them. Anyway, so one of the things that happens is that by the time that the audience, you know, generally, you know, a lot of the audience start to see them, the YouTuber that's making the videos, for what they are, you know, grifter, whatever, e-beggar. They also have a group of what some would call narcissistic flying monkeys. You know, think the Wizard of Oz. You know, what was she called? You know, I never liked the Wizard of Oz as a kid. It made me feel weird. So I don't know if every kid, but you know, has one of those things that they just can't watch that show. The Wizard of Oz was it for me. And anyway, But the flying monkeys and the wicked witch, wasn't she called the wicked witch? And the flying monkeys come in and they protect her. Okay, and that's how it is with, people who are these grifters and all. They're far too often, there's somebody that comes in and protects them. A group usually. They're basically, you could say they're the queen bee. There's so many other terms for it. Okay, where is this place? Queen bee. I'm going to concentrate. Okay, I'm here at, what is this called? Chick-fil-A. You're going to be surprised, but I have never, ever had Chick-fil-A. I don't remember ever eating from Chick-fil-A, so I don't even know. I mean, I kind of got to eye Chick-fil-A, what they have, but I don't even know what to order. I've delivered from Chick-fil-A. Never ordered. And I was wondering, where is a Chick-fil-A around here? Didn't know that it was right here. Yeah, I mean, you didn't see me driving around, but it's right here. And I'm waiting for the pharmacy to open up after their lunch. It's 2:06. Their lunch is from 2 to 3. I mean, 2 to 2:30, so I need to eat myself here. I eat for myself. Okay, I gotta say, my experience, my first time, the guy helped me. Told me that was my first time, and so sweet, so nice. And yes, I know they're Christian based, so sweet. It's kind of like taking a ride at a theme park, Christian theme park. Fine, how are you?
That's great. Give us one.
Wow, such sweetness. And I'm not talking about carbohydrates. I'm talking about sugar. I'm talking about sweet. They're so sweet, so very sweet. They have a blessed day. I was told to have a blessed day more than once. So wow. But like I said, it's like going through a theme park or something where they're nice people. I mean, it's so unusual these days, isn't it? To run across just nice people. Seriously. It's amazing. I'm going to park somewhere and eat here. I'd like to find some shade. I'm losing my voice, so in case you're wondering. Where can I go? But when you're driving around in places where people are just rude, like in the park, like in the parking areas, I'm not going to find a place here probably. And it's going to be noisy because of that truck. So, sorry. I'm talking about Christians and such, and this woman did a U-turn on this road that I was trying to get across, and she was doing a U-turn. I wouldn't know. And she almost hit me because I decided I can't get across that. So I turned my blinker on the turn. She didn't see my blinker. I didn't know she was going to do a U-turn. She almost hit me. And she wouldn't even stop. She saw, wait a minute, I'm about to hit the person who has the right of way. She didn't stop, and my words were not kind. I say this repeatedly, I need to get a hold of that. Seriously. That is inappropriate, and it's really not me, but it's becoming me. I don't like that. So that's not just wrong. But anyway, so back to this with the grifters and such. Some of us can say, hey, we're wrong, we're here, where we do. Hey, I'm getting across there when I can, and they were far away. I'm just going to go sit at this one place I'm going to go to, buy some groceries. And Target, it's a Target out here. But anyway, this was the grifting. What I was talking about was the flying monkeys. Some people call them narcissistic flying monkeys. To me, a lot of these people are more like their behaviors. My degrees are in psychology and sociology, and it's been a long while, but yeah, and I see them more as histrionic. You can look it up yourself. I'm not diagnosing them with histrionic personality disorder. With narcissistic personality disorder, the same cluster. Those of antisocial personality disorder and borderline personality disorder. You know, the same cluster, but the ones that are more this histrionic, because they like to be on stage. They don't care. It's negative attention, positive attention. As long as they're getting attention, they all do, you know, they don't all do the same thing, but some of the things is they're very loud, very obnoxious, very, you know, critical. I've seen them to be hypercritical of other people, if you can put it that way. And, you know, when they're the ones we should be pointing at. And just very loud, even their dress, even everything, their cackle. It's not a laugh, it's a cackle, it's loud. Because they want that attention. And anybody who says anything negative to them is simply a hater. You know, some people, like some of the audience, points out, hey, you're a grifter, you know, you're an E-Beggar. This part here, I just got the Chick-fil-A's #1 combo meal, since I've never tried anything from there, with the French fries, the wedge fries, and that chicken sandwich. I haven't eaten the chicken sandwich, but the French fries so far taste like they're not pouring on sodium like too many other places do. I don't know. I don't know their nutrition facts. So I'm just saying that it tastes this way. I don't know for certain. So now let's go back to this. Like I said, you know, they could be like there's a queen bee and they're the worker bees. I don't know. But they're protecting, you know, the flying monkeys are protecting the wicked witch of, what was she, wicked witch of something. But anyway, I think. Anyway, she, so there are some people who, they will protect her no matter what. They are certain she is this, and they are certain she's a wonderful person, and she's all that. And, you know, the person making the YouTube videos, the grifter, the E-Beggar. It's been very busy right where I'm sitting here. So anyway, so, you know, they're the flying monkeys, they protect her. Oh, she's a wonderful person and all this stuff. But the rest, you know, the other people in the audience, they don't agree. And as time goes by, you know, they get the ones who don't agree, ones who see them as E-Beggars along that line, and they get louder. Well, then, you know, when the person comes to the end, like I said, that's around the time they start, the grifter starts to change, the E-Beggar, to change genres. What they'll do at one point, I am serious, it's very consistent, is they will have received a lot of money. You know, along the way they did. It could go on for years. No, not too many years though. The audiences start to wisen up, and they but they make some, you know, they get a lot of money from PayPal, or that people send their PayPal or whatever it is, you know, the audience. And they'll go on a, you know, they'll say that they had this emergency, like this one woman I'm talking about, can't even remember what she looked like or what was her thing, but I remember she, like I said, she, you know, she had an emergency and people sent her all this money. Well, then she comes back on and you know, makes a video and shows herself her fingernails. I remember that was part of it, but I think she has spent a bunch of this money on various things, and she showed her new fingernails, you know, all nicey nice fingernails. And I don't know what you call it. I don't do my fingernails. You know, I have nails that look like French nails. They're natural, so I don't have mine done. So, okay, so you can kind of imagine what happened with the audience, you know, the ones that disagree. When here this woman is getting all this money from people, some people, they're just giving, you know, $2, whatever they can afford, and they really can't afford all that much. And then the other ones, they're just giving money. And here this person is going out, you know, this YouTuber, E-Beggar, that they feel is an E-Beggar, and having her nails done. And she was talking, this was an emergency. You know, she needed help. And boy, they go crazy, they go wild with it. And here comes those flying monkeys, man. They come in, they say, I wrote this down with what had been said that the way I remember it is, let's see, she, you know, like they said, the flying monkeys said that others just don't understand how important, I'm adding some flavor to it here, how important that it is when everything is going bad in your life to have some kind of normalcy, like doing your nails. Okay, now just think of a moment. How many of those who can only afford a couple of dollars or so, do you think have their nails done as a normalcy? You know, I've already said I don't have mine done. I wouldn't, no. But because mine don't need to be done. They didn't. I don't know. I'm older now. But when a lot of people go through that stage, I don't know. Maybe people my age do too. I don't know too many of them that do. I don't know any of them that do. I'm 61. But, you know, the long nails, the ones, I'm like, oh, what's growing under there? I'm opinionated on that. Very opinionated. Yeah, most people who work in restaurants and have those 12-inch nails, however long. Okay, so seriously, that is what to do. And this is like right before this sort of stage that is, to me, it's like a stage. Right before they start bad-mouthing people in their audience, actually calling the person's name out, bad-mouthing them, bad-mouthing anybody, saying things that the whole audience, like the whole audience is stupid. You know, this is their thing. They like to cut down people. And then they're very, like, their last little hurrah is to say, I'm going to take your money and I'm going to go spend it on frivolous stuff. Because it was like they went out to eat at a restaurant that was expensive. They went out to do this. And I'm going to go have my nails done. I'm going to do all these things. Buy expensive stuff that these other people can't afford. The people who are feeling empathy. The people who are, you know, saying, I'm going to help them out even though it's a couple dollars. I'm going to send them, you know, a couple dollars. I really could use that for myself, but, you know, they're going through a rough time and they're feeling all of that. And to have it snubbed in their nose, you know, have it snubbed in their nose, have their nose rubbed in it. Maybe I'll put it that way. I mean, really? And I've seen it, like I said, so many times. So many grifters, so many e-beggars, so many con artists, so many scammers, so many. I think another word is swindlers. What is the word now? Swindlers, yeah. And in my mom's day, it was flim flam, I think. I think that's what it was. My mom, when she would tell me these things, and she passed 11 years ago, when she would tell me what things were called in her day, I used to go, wow, that was so cute. Some of them were so cute, but I don't know if that was one of them or I don't know. I think it is. Could have been her mother's day, you know. But anyway, I need to go in here. But yeah, you know, I mean, seriously, the nerve of these people. And then it's, like I said, they'll go away. Quite often they'll go away for, could be a year or two. It could be a while. Then they come back. And nobody, you know, people have moved on. And, you know, usually it's very few people who know them. Okay, I need to start wrapping this up and get to the pharmacy. And hopefully the pharmacy has one of those electronic, what do they call them, electronic shopping carts. Because see, my thing was last night, I finally, and if you followed me at all, and I've said it on this channel, I finally went to a hospital ER, got sent there, and they knew what they were doing. And I'm going to say it started off with my physical therapist. She said, you know, you're awful swollen. And I said, yeah, I know. And she said, you need to speak to your doctor today. You should go home, you know. And whenever it was time for me to leave, she said, go home. And yeah, you really do. And she's, you know, it went on. And then, you know, I told her, I'd already decided that I was going to go to an urgent care because he sometimes it's their long stories and all that. Okay, I cut a clip out because of a child. I don't put other people's children in my videos. And anyway, I wound up having, went to from there to an urgent care. I think that's what the one I had to cut out. But the urgent care and the MA, I don't know if she was MA. She was the one that that gets people from the not carries them. She gets them from the waiting room and walks them back to puts them in whatever room. And usually they're MAs, and the MA can go to school as little as 4 to 6 weeks to become an MA, medical assistant. And they're not, some of them go longer. But she came out, and I was the only person in the waiting room at that point, and I waved at her, with my finger, and she came up and she goes, "Ma'am," she said, "I was just about to come up," because it looked like she was at the same time coming toward me. She said, "You need to go directly to the hospital." Okay, and I had, there was a lot more to this, but she said, "Now," she said, "we're not going to see you here." And she wasn't being mean. She was very, extremely sweet. I could imagine her being at Chick-fil-A, being so polite. She said, you need to go directly to the hospital, ER. She said, because it seems like it's your heart, from what I was told, that because I had walked in, shortness of breath. That's why I'm saying I hope the pharmacy has one of those machines, because I didn't wind up going to finding one finally. Were you going to hit that person, people? People, you learn how to drive. Watch me get in a wreck after saying that. But, or hit someone. But anyway, people, I finally found an ER that is for this purpose, okay? And it was unbelievable, like pulling teeth to get them to tell me which one I need to go to. What in the world is this woman doing? Okay. Anyway, she just kicked, she's about my age, just kicked her foot out of the ground. Anyway, that was weird. I'm glad y'all didn't see it. It was too weird. Okay. And somebody else is coming out with her. It's just a weird situation, really. Anyway, so I went to this hospital. They took me back like right away, and basically it was what I suspected. A year and a half now. So many hospital ER visits for various things, and not a one of them ever said it. Well, there were some who said, "Do you think maybe it's this?" And I said, might be, but they wouldn't do anything. And then they're not really diagnosing. It was 2 of them, I think. And like I said, a year and a half later, give or take, finally, I'll jump right to it. He did not say, was it congestive or congested heart failure? He just said and that's his job. And that's what they're there for. That's his specialty. He said it's a something like a very harsh word. He said, so don't think that you're gonna die. You're dying. You're not dying. He said, but it was associated. So basically, because I used to smoke, and he said there was all those years of smoking. You can't take it back. You can't change it. Along this line. And I don't hope you can't see, because there's a lot of kids all of a sudden. But so they gave me what the other hospital that I was actually admitted to this past summer for 24 hours. They said they couldn't give it to me. He said, "I'm going to give it to you," and it was Lasix. And that's why I'm I have to go to the pharmacy get my prescription, because it's for more Lasix. The prescription, I think it's a 30-day. I thought it was 14. He said 14 days. About 14 days it would take. But the prescription's for 30 days. So I have to see what that means when I get to the pharmacy. you know, when they gave it to me last night, it was last night, and man, it was an instant relief. I could breathe again. I could not, no shortness of breath. I could walk with, you know, with ease, and my knees did not look like they're 2 or 3 times as bigger than what they usually are. My whole body was getting swollen. My stomach, this is what I was going to the hospital for. Why do I look like I'm 9 months pregnant? I'm 61 years old. And oh, it goes on and on. A year and a half. Well, this started in the first time I went to the hospital because of associated problem was May of 2023. And this is March of 2025. So, but that wasn't, that, I guess I could say that's when it started. Because, like I said, it was an associated, what I can see now is associated. Okay, so almost 2 years, and with the whole total of all of it. And finally there was a doctor that had a clue. Yeah. But it was, and by the way, my weight loss is of yesterday morning. I don't know what I weighed when I went in last night. So, but yes, it was evening, but by the time I left, it was night. It was dark. But yesterday morning, the weight that I weighed yesterday morning to what I weighed this morning, I do know. I don't know what it was when I went in, but those two, just 24 hours, you know, in the middle of all that is when I started taking the lace, and they gave me injection laces. Lasix. I hope I'm saying it right. But it was 5 pounds, and I have to keep taking that pill. that was an injection, so I think the pills, I don't know if they're less or what. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this up. It's so busy out here, and I'm going to go to the pharmacy and do all that. I'll talk to you on another video. Bye.